Good morning to all of you.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. In the previous classes, we have discussed about the what is the monitoring and the simple meaning of the monitoring. Also, we have discussed, and we have seen that William in the 2003 he have given three types of monitoring. He talks that in his article he talks that the monitoring can be of three type. The one of the type may be the compliance monitoring, the another type may be the diagnostic monitoring, and the third type may be the performance monitoring. And this monitoring is based on the purpose, means for what purpose we are monitoring the program. And here specifically once again I am telling that whatever the monitoring can be of several other types also. There are a lot of variety of a monitoring. There are lot of a purpose of a monitoring is also there. Okay, even when we teach in the classroom, teaching learning process goes on, we also use to monitor the student to understand that the effectiveness of teaching learning process that is going on in the classroom and to get the feedback. But here the type of monitoring that we are talking is specifically for the purpose of providing or specifically for the purpose of management and administration. Okay, so this is the main purpose here. So we have seen that in the compliance monitoring, because we have seen that Williams in the 2003 they have proposed three kinds of monitoring, that is a compliance, diagnostic and performance monitoring. So in the compliance monitoring, he talks about that it is a type of a monitoring process where we are concerned with the output, because we know that every model, specifically the management model, have three component. One component is the input, then the process, then the output. Okay, so these three components are there in the any management model. Like that, even in the educational management, when we talk about the educational management, we have a three component. We provide the input as the infrastructure, as the human resources, as the physical resources, as the facility. These are the input. Even the input is the quality, the type of teaching learning process going on inside the classroom, that is the pedagogical part. We used to say that the pedagogy, it is also the input. Even when we talk about the input in the educational system, the kind of a management, effectiveness of a management. Okay, this is also a kind of a input, because when we are concerned about the output, that is the performance of the educational institution, we should also consider about that how effective the management is, because it also have a very you can say that the effect on the performance of the educational institute. It is a directly proportional. If the management will be effective, then the performance will increase. If management is not effective, then the performance will decrease. So this is the direct correlation, that is the directly proportional it is. Okay, and so this compliance monitoring talks about the output side of the input and output model. It is concerned about the output. It is not very much concerned about the input. It is concerned that the output, the outcome should be optimum. And particularly here we talk about the academic performance, because in the output also there may be several parameter, and like a governance within the education institute, and the effective, suppose that we are providing a lots of physical resource and the human resource and the infrastructure, so effective utilization of the resources may be one of the output, how effectively you are able to use. So there are various type of output is possible, but here in this kind of a monitoring we are concerned about the academic outcome. That is the you can think that the achievement level of the student, here we are concerned, because achievement level is the outcome out of the educational system. Input will be the facilities, resources, human resource, physical resource, organization, management, everything. And output, one of the output may be the academic achievement of the student. So that academic achievement here is the main concern in this type of a monitoring, academic achievement. And see, if the academic achievement is the main concern, then how we will understand the effectiveness of the the output, how it is effective, how it is fruitful, how we will know? By the testing. Because suppose that I have did several intervention in the pedagogical part, in the management part, in other several things, how I will understand that it is contributing to the academic achievement? By the test. No other means are there. There may be like that the discussion on the testing and non-testing methods of assessing the academic achievement, but ultimately we have to go for the testing, we have to see the academic achievement of the children, whether we should use the portfolio assessment, whether we should use for the non-testing like an interview or observation, whatever it is, but we have to see the achievement. So the achievement here, it is the measured in the form of a test. Test means you can think of the several other things also, like a testing and non-testing method. Okay, so this is the main emphasis here. And here since we are concerned about the academic outcome and we are concerned about the test, so here the main concern is to see that the pupils, the children, are how or to which level they are master in the curriculum and a different aspect of the teaching learning, because this is our main concern in this kind of a monitoring. I am monitoring to identify, to see the academic outcome, and for that I am seeing for the mastery over the content that is being taught. And to know the mastery over the content, we are using the testing method. And if there is a satisfactory level of academic outcome, then that type of monitoring system and the working system will be encouraged. And if there is a declining rate, if it is not a you can think that satisfactory level of the academic outcome, then there may be some remediation, there may be some of the remedial activities to be carried out to improve the academic outcome. So here the main concern is to talk about the academic outcome. So this monitoring method talks about that. Okay, so before proceeding further, we will have a small question answer session regarding the compliance monitoring. So, is there any question related to the compliance monitoring? You can ask now. Anybody? Or shall I proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so so I am proceeding further, and if there is still a question, you put in the chat box preferably, and when I will finish another, that is the diagnostic monitoring, then I will take those questions. Okay, so if you have any question, you can put in the chat box. So the next type of monitoring that is suggested by Williams is the diagnostic monitoring, and it is also based on the input output model. Williams, whatever the monitoring system that he was talking about, it is based on the input output model only. Okay, so that is, and this monitoring system is again emphasized on the output side of the sorry, I think it is wrongly written. So this diagnostic monitoring is again talks about the input output model, but here the main purpose of this monitoring mechanism is to identify the place of lacuna, place where there is a difficulty. Okay, so and as the name is suggesting, is diagnose. Diagnose is to identify, and what you have to identify, that identification of the problem, that the problem is there. Anna, when we go to the doctor, they used to also diagnose. Why? What they are diagnosing, that where is the problem, and why they are diagnosing, to make the system, that the system anatomy of the body is to function correctly. So here the main purpose of a monitoring is to diagnose that where the problem is, and to identify the problem and to act as per the identification. Okay, so that is the main purpose. Here we use to identify, and as per the identification, we may think of the designing and implementing the you can say that the designing and implementing the remedial measures. What are the remedial measures are there, that will be the taken care, that will be implemented. And you can think that the diagnostic monitoring we used to have for identifying the area where the improvement is required, to identify the hurdles, to identify the difficulty that is there. That is the diagnostic monitoring. And when we talk about the performance monitoring, it is also based upon the input output model, and here the monitoring, see, compliance monitoring was to see the output. Okay, that what are the output, and it was especially related to the academic part, whereas the diagnostic monitoring was concerned about the identifying where is the problem. And the performance monitoring is also a part of a input output model, but it is concerned about the improving the functioning of the different component of the management system, that the institution. Suppose that when we talk about the educational institute, and better to talk about the school. So in the school there are certain components like that. One may be that related to the teachers, recruitment of a teacher. One may be that the job satisfaction of a teacher. Another may be the facilities for the better curriculum transaction. Another may be that the facility for the management and administration of the school. Another may be like that the physical infrastructure. So like that there are various sub component in the educational institutes. Okay, so if any of those component will not function properly, suppose that the infrastructure, like that the physical infrastructure that we are having, it is not properly maintained and functioning. And for sake of example, you may think that we have a simple whiteboard. So there is a lack of writing material, there is a lack of supplementary material. So obviously the classroom transaction will be disturbed. Even there is a lack of a teacher, there is a lack of expert teacher in all the areas. And suppose that for the every subject you may think of when we are talking about the school. So the functioning and a performance, better to say that the performance of the educational system will be disturbed and it will not be optimum. So here the monitoring purpose, the purpose of this monitoring is to enhance the performance. Or suppose that the work culture needs to be strengthened, work culture is not proper. Okay, so these type of things are taken care in the performance monitoring. Okay, so now we will go to the steps of a monitoring. There are different step of a monitoring suggested by the Hoover in 2009 that we will see. But before that, again we will have a question answer, and if you have any kind of a question till the three types of monitoring that we have seen, that the compliance and the diagnostic and the performance monitoring that we have seen. If you have any question related to that, you may ask now. Is there any question up to there? No question. Okay, so I am proceeding. I am proceeding to the step. Again, I will say that if you have a question, you are getting a question, you can put in the chat box. So no problem. So Hoover in 2009 they have suggested some finite steps for monitoring, because we know that in the monitoring process we try to take care the functioning of the institution, and it is not only to the educational institute, it is for the any organization. So we used to see the functioning, whether it is going in the right direction as per the objective, as per the mission and a vision of the organization, or whatever we have the objective, whatever the goal we have decided. Because the functioning of the institution is basically dependent on, is based on the identified mission and a vision for which that the organization, the institution is established, the identified aim, objectives. To achieve those things, the education institute is established, and it must work on that. You can say that it must be a finite direction, predetermined direction, in order to achieve the objectives. Okay, so in order to monitor, the first thing is that you have to identify that skilled to be monitored. Skill to be monitored, here you can understand that you have to identify that what you want to monitor. What is your main purpose to monitor? Obviously, the ultimate purpose is to see that the functioning in must be aligned with the objective. But apart from the objective, there may be some objective that you will be concerned more about, that the diagnosing, because at a particular moment of a time when you are monitoring, at a particular moment of a time, all the things you cannot do, you will do one by one. Suppose that in order to achieve some objective, there are various subcomponents are there. So first you will try to see one thing, you will monitor, you will take the step, then it will be streamlined, then you will see the different thing, you will identify, then you will streamline like that thing. So first you have to identify what you want to monitor, like it is for the diagnosing, it is for the performance, it is for the compilers, what you want to monitor, that needs to be decided. Then the next thing is that after deciding that, you have to select or develop varied assessment measures. That suppose that you want to have a diagnostic monitoring. So in order to diagnose, what kind of tools you will use, what kind of a parameter you will use, what kind of a rubrics you will use, that needs to be adopted if already it is existing, or you have to develop it. Okay, then you have to go for the monitoring schedule, that when you want to monitor, and the monitoring schedule must be appropriate to the things you want to monitor. Like that, suppose that one thing that I want to monitor is from the mathematics teaching, that what are the problems in mathematics teaching, or what are the problems the students are facing during the mathematics teaching. Like that, the something you want to diagnose, because the achievement in the mathematics is not up to the mark. That you have come to know from the compliance monitoring, because the compliance monitoring talks about the outcome. So you have seen that the students are performing poorly in the mathematics, and you want to diagnose that what is the problem, what is the reason, what is happening. So what we will do, that while in order to diagnose that, we will develop some assessment criteria, that how, and then you will develop determine the monitoring schedule, because in order to understand that difficulty, you have to choose the specific time when the classroom process is going on, means the mathematics class is being taken by the teacher. We may also talk to the concerned teacher. Suppose that I am teaching mathematics, so authority can talk to me that what are the difficulty I am facing. But in order to have a in-depth understanding, we must see the classroom process also. So we have to determine the schedule, because if 11 to 12 is a classroom schedule for mathematics, I cannot monitor beyond that. So that needs to be decided. Then we have to conduct the assessment as per the schedule. That obviously it is a very obvious thing. I think there is no necessity to explain further. And then we have determined the schedule, we have developed the assessment tool, and we have conducted the assessment. Then some data will come. It may be in the qualitative form, it may be also in the quantitative form. Okay, so that needs to be assessed. Whatever, suppose that one assessment I did for the classroom transaction, one assessment I did for the talking with the concerned teacher, one assessment I did with the students, one assessment I can also do with the children who are poor performing in the mathematics, one assessment I can do for the student who are high scoring in the mathematics, like that. The several assessment may be there. So we have to analyze the data, what actually coming out, because collecting a data itself will not serve much. So we have to see that what is coming out of the data. For that we have to evaluate, we have to assess. So we have to do the assessment of the data, what is coming out of that assessment, out of that monitoring. And then after noting down what are the things are coming, we may document it in the visual form, like a graph, chart, or any kind of a visual form, because the visual data gives the more in-depth understanding about the situation, and it is more comprehensible and understandable also. It speaks more. So that we can document in that way. And then after assessing and analyzing the data, we have to evaluate the level of a performance and rate of a progress in each. Suppose that we have assessed, we have collected data from the teacher, we have collected data from the classroom transaction process, we have also collected data from the student, and we have found that these are the some of the things that require. Some of the time you may be requiring that the enriching mathematics laboratory, and you may also think that may be possible that the workload of a teacher is too high, so the recruitment of another teacher. Okay, and you may think that there is some problem with the timetable. So if the mathematics will be taught at the last period, suppose that the 6th period we have in class, that particular school, 6th or 7th period, whatever it is, so mathematics is taken at a last period, student will not be interested, like that. So you have to evaluate that what is the level of a performance and rate of a progress, the initiative that is taken. Then as per the evaluation of the performance and rate of a progress, again you have to adjust instructions based upon the progress. Then again you have to monitor the data, you have to adjust whatever the things was coming, as per the thing you have to adjust the instruction, and side by side you have to again monitor that those adjustment, or better to say that those interventions that was designed, so what is the effect, what is the progress of those things, and then you have to monitor once again, and at the last you have to continue with the ongoing monitoring process, because the intervention and a monitoring process, it is always a cyclic in nature. Cyclic in nature means you will be intervening and you will be seeing the effect, and as per the effect again you will be monitoring and seeing the effect, doing like that. So we have to continue with the ongoing process, and we have to document also as a chart or as a result of the outcome, like that, for the better understanding of the initiatives that was taken for the better management of the educational institute. So one example I have given from the classroom transaction process of a mathematics class. There may be several other things also, like that the recruitment of a teacher, job satisfaction of a teacher, remuneration of a teacher, even the work culture in the institution. Like that, there may be several other things also. Okay, so that was the all about the steps of the monitoring, and again I will like to have one question answer session. Is there any question answer related to this discussion,
सर
or
परफॉर्मेंस मॉनिटरिंग
the whole
थोड़ा
discussion that we
फिर से
had
बोल
today?
दीजिए
Any?
सर परफॉर्मेंस मॉनिटरिंग थोड़ा फिर से बोल दीजिए
अच्छा, परफॉर्मेंस मॉनिटरिंग बोल दो. Apart from that, anything else? So I will take all the question at a time. So no question. So I will explain the performance monitoring. Okay, so one minute. See, whenever we talk about the performance monitoring, it is also part of the monitoring that is based on the input-output model. है ना, because there will be some input, there will be some process, and there will be some output that I have explained. I think there is no necessity of explaining the input-output model, because in the other papers also you must have seen about the input-output model, and you must have developed the understanding that education even is a type of a model that works on the input, process, and output model. But within that input output model, when we talk about the performance monitoring here, the main purpose of a monitoring is to enhance or make the performance of the different component of a different system within the educational organization or a system, to make it more accountable, or better to say that to make them function more efficiently. Here the major objective of a monitoring is to make the functioning of the different sum system more efficiently. Enhance the performance of the different subsystem. Like that, one thing just now I was talking about, like that the teaching learning of mathematics in a classroom, and that is the pedagogical part, pedagogy of the mathematics, that you are seeing that output or the achievement level of the student in mathematics is not optimum, they are performing poor. So you want to improve the functioning, है ना, functioning of the performance of the teachers, or the performance related to the teaching learning of mathematics in a school. So what kind of a monitoring, that you may monitor the classroom transaction process, you may monitor the type of assessment is going on, because if the students are not performing well, there may be different reason. One may be that the transaction process, another may be that the assessment process, another may be the workload of a teacher, like that the several parameter may be there. So for that purpose, if you are monitoring, what is the purpose? To enhance the performance. So it will come under the performance monitoring. Suppose that another example I will take, like that the library of the school is not functioning well. it not performing well, है ना. Students are not getting benefit, optimum benefit of the library. So you are having a one monitoring that why students are not getting benefit out of the library. What is the difficulty? What are the problem? What are the hurdles? So for that, if you are having a monitoring process, then it will be a performance monitoring. Okay, there may be several other things like that the administrative structure is not functioning well and it requires some enhancement, some change in that. Like that, the structure is that there will be a headmaster, before that there will be a group of a person like that, the LDC, UDC, librarian, accountant, like that. And if they are not functioning well, then obviously it will hamper the functioning of the school, and it will also hamper the teaching learning quality that will be going in the school. Okay, because they are the part of a system. So if you are having a monitoring to identify that what are the difficulty in functioning
Thank you,
of
sir.
those system, so that will be a part of a performance monitoring. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So apart from that, anything else? No question? Okay, so if there is a no question, so other part, one more class I will take about that scope, objective and importance, like that the things I will explain in the systematic manner, and then that bit will be over. So I think now we can stop this class here.
Yes, sir.
Shall we stop this class?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you for being with me in this class.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
nice day.